Aloha, my name is Tony Bonnici, founder of DojoX Meditation Group. My work is to bring Zen into business, life, and legacy. Tonight, I'll be sharing with you a Dharma Talk. If this work resonates with you, there'll be a way to continue at the end. Tonight's Dharma Talk is on faith and belief and the difference between the two. As I was sitting, I was seeing how, for me, that belief is faith in disguise. Just think about that. And that belief is made up of your mind's thinking and what you hope will happen, or you want to try to hold on to certainty of things that you may not fully understand. And faith is a knowing deep inside yourself that you can really trust and know that you are in connection with something greater than yourself. And through Zazen and seated meditation, that you actually develop that relationship with faith, and you see the beliefs that may come up as you sit in stillness and silence and return back to faith. And that faith is that place that where you know something before your mind can even understand it. And for me, one of the greatest examples of that is when I first met Amber, and I knew inside my heart that I was going to marry her. It was the strangest feeling that I could undeniably not get away from in my head, and my beliefs had no chance against it. And I tried to rationalize and prove it wrong, but that faith inside myself was undeniable, knowing that that was going to happen. And so with relationships, with kids, with having vision, when I wrote my book, that all these things were based on faith. And Viv, I remember us talking one time about holding on, and how you doing? Oh, I'm hanging in there. And you'd say, maybe it's time to let go. And that example of a belief, of holding on to a belief, and then letting go into faith and trusting and knowing that it's something that you experience inside yourself. And that it's far beyond your intellect or what you think is reality or what is real. And when you sit in stillness and silence, you see the difference between the two. That by returning back to presence and awareness, that you get to experience it viscerally in your body, what it's like to be with something greater than yourself, being with God, being with Spirit, being with oneness. And that you can start to listen and develop. I always say it's like a muscle. The more that I sit in stillness and silence, the more that I get connected with that part of myself that can rest in faith and truly receive the gifts of faith. And it doesn't come from the thinking, it comes from my heart and my gut, and that stillness and silence that some people call it a quiet whisper, some people call it your gut instinct. My mom would say that when she sits in stillness and silence, she's listening to God. And that's that place where she can truly, deeply be with Him and listen to that quiet, nurturing voice that guides her throughout her day. And so the more that you're willing to sit and practice in stillness and silence, the more opportunity that you have to deepen that connection. And that for me is when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I sit in stillness and silence. Even if it's for one breath, up to 20 minutes, I relish in 20 minutes of sitting in the morning. And the more that I get to do it here on this pillow, and I feel my attachment to it. We were talking about attachment, and it's like letting go, that I can do it on the side of my bed. I can do it, I was talking to Dominique, that at her desk, that she sits on a ball, and you can do it right there on the ball, right before you start doing whatever you're doing, to take 3 breaths and connect with that part of yourself. Connect with faith inside yourself and move forward throughout your day. And so that's what I want to really encourage is that moving through life from faith and trusting in it and listening to it deeply. And by having daily practices, by having a spiritual practice, it deepens your intimacy with it further and further. It's never ending. My dad would say, a daily life practice. And the willingness to begin again every day when you wake up, and when I go to bed, to be in gratitude and really thank faith for what has happened today. Wow! And look at all the miracles, the little miracles and the big miracles and the giving. That's what to me this practice is all about. That's what the reminder of sitting in Sangha is for me, to always return back to faith. And that belief has value, but it's not the thing that you need to hold on to. It's faith within inside yourself, that there's something greater guiding us throughout our day, throughout our life, and to give from that place every day. And so fill your cup and then give it freely to others the same way that you have done for yourself. Man, is that fulfilling. And every person in here does that to me in my life, and then I watch them do it in their life externally out in the world. And you're all examples of that for me. And so as we create from that place to like that, the vision for yourself of what is a vision for yourself that would have you lean into faith more. And me writing a book, Ed's writing his second book now, Leaning into Faith, Ed. I love it. Me and Amber talking about traveling and going and living in another country and seeing what calls to us. Faith. And it's scary to let go, because I want to hold on to everything I have and everything I think I created. But returning back to it is always the place that I can rest in and trust. And that's my practice, and that's what I want to encourage for everybody to practice. Experiencing faith and sitting in stillness and silence is how we do that. So as we sit for this next 10 minutes, to just notice maybe some beliefs that come up in your mind and returning back to faith. And through the breath, you can always return back to that place inside your hara in Japanese, inside your body and your heart and your gut instinct, and trust that it has never let me down. It's always a pleasure to sit together. Yes. And if you ever have any questions or anything, feel free to reach out. I'm always available and love deepening practice on a daily basis. So I encourage you to sit every day. If you'd like to find out more about DojoX Meditation Group, or how to bring Zen into your business, life, or legacy, visit DojoX.co.